we are off. We got Braintree on the orange side, and then we got Tewksbury on the blue side. Pop it out. Go for the ball here. We have 2 players. Sorry, Tewksbury. Kind of an awkward touch here middle, but they do well to recover it. Unfortunately, it does go straight to Braintree, and that's going to sneak in. I did not expect that one to go in there. I thought somebody
first point for Braintree here.
Yes. Is just going to barely find it past Fiesta and Tree cannot make it to the final touch. Very close there. Could be a difference on online, honestly. You know, these players are playing on LAN. They're not usually used to playing on LAN. We're used to playing with that 15, kind of 20. They also played the semifinals like that, but now here in the finals, 0 ping. They're all right next to each other. They can hear each other. This is a different scenario.
Yeah, they're definitely calibrating, getting used to the new style.
Yes, they're gonna have a shot. Oh, just off the bar to the corner now. Weird pitch here from the player. Follow it here.
Good defense.
Yes, they does good clear though. Salty, no boost. He's gonna try and follow it up. He does get cleared. Switching a little awkward. Gets a good touch over the player though. And now Billy's gonna follow this. Gonna try and take it up. Yes, that does not allow it. Pass it over to Shriek. He's going to take his time. He's going to take one touch, get another pass, it mid to Fiesta. Great save, though. Very good passes.
Excellent recognition from Braintree.
That was a great read from the defender there to be there on time. So he's going to fake it. Oh, Scorchy, good 50 there. He's going to be the first man onto the ball. He's going to get it off the back wall. So it's straight to Fiesta. Now Scorchy has a bit of time here, but he's going to get challenged by 2 men. Out in the corner, Shoot's going to find a demo. It's going to be a little awkward for Braintree. They're able to get out.
It's a Braintree trying to get it out of their side. Trying to look for that opening.
Ooh, that's a good attempt from Shriek though. Scorchy will be there. Pass mid to Fiesta. Oh, and a good bump from Doom. Did not see that coming. Kind of a little blind bump from him. Not sure if he was looking. From our angle, it does not look like he was looking at him. Great bump there on Salty. Grizz just not able to get it on the goal line. We've got a tie game here with about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, very tense game. Both teams playing their best.
Yeah, we'd like to see a little bit of a closer game. Braintree just came out of a game 7 against Tri-County Vocational. Actually going to overtime as well. Had about like 3 overtimes in that series. Really thrilling. But he's gonna pass it to Doom. Doom, because he's gonna have the double if he does not. Follow from Fiesta is just missed. Scorchy is going to get a good bump on Shriek and not allow him to pressure. He's going to try to get a 50. Shriek gets demoed for left as well. Salty now. Gets a weird 50. Scorchy's going to have to recover for this. Scorchy gets demoed there though. Grizz is not able to get a second touch. Salty is also not able to get a touch. Shriek. Lots of time here. He's going to get the reset off to the backboard. Pass to the teammate. He's actually going to block his own teammate. Fiesta from scoring. And now Braintree looking for the counterattack. Burlington is gonna wish they had that one back. And now Burlington setting it up in the middle of their own net as well. Shriek here gonna take his time to the middle. Gonna have that reset off the ceiling. Takes the 50 off the player. Another 50 happens. Fiesta gonna be the first one on the ball. Burlington here gonna try and control it. He's gonna get challenged early by Scorchy though. Now Shriek is gonna have to go into the corner. Get one touch on target, but it's easy for Grizz to handle here. Gonna try and fly Duke mid. Duke is gonna get the touch right back to Shriek in the corner. Gets a 50 on Salty. Scorchy is going to get a very important touch there to Salty. Clear it out.
Returning to intense neutral. This has been a long ball. Teams doing their best to keep the defense up and try to get on the other side.
Yeah, both teams are doing really well right now, but at bare minimum making sure that it doesn't get past that goal line. A couple mishaps from both teams you've seen. Just like there for the SM's teammate. A little double commit, but it is going to work in their favor. but as far as actually getting conceded on opening cities are locked in, they do not want to be the ones to take disadvantage here. 2-1. It's going to drop down the street here. A little awkward for Grizz. No boost. He's going to have one extra touch down the mid. Is anybody there for him? It's Doom. He's going to get one touch. It's going to drop down to his teammate Fiesta, and he's going to put it 2-1 with 30 seconds left. Burlington in a commanding position now.
Tewksbury up.
Sorry,
30
Braintree.
seconds left.
No, Braintree is... Diagonal kickoff between Shreek and Grizz. He's a little bit. He's going to get a good touch off the wall from Fiesta. He's going to try and miss this. He's going to go for a Shreek there. Applying pressure. Isn't able to do much. Might be looking for Shreek again. He's not able to find the rest.
The shot on goal, just a little high. 10 seconds left. Defense from Braintree. To help when they're down 2-1.
Braintree was doing really good on defense, but you can only do so much when you're on defense for 2-3 minutes in a game here. Braintree's gonna have to find a way to control that midfield. Maybe cop some demos on Braintree's side, or on Tewksbury's side, sorry, and see if they can open up some more space for themselves. You know, they have a good set of player here with Grizz, Scorchy, and Salty. All of them, I watched it in the last series, they all have the mechanical ability to really shine. So if one of them can find some good space, I can really see Braintree, you know, finding a commanding lead in this next game, or possibly even tying up the series here.
And like you were saying, they might not be used to playing at this setup, so the first game is always calibration. And even though they lost, it was a very close game, especially before that second goal. The defense on both teams going crazy.
Touch here to Shreek. Shreek gonna try and find Fiesta. This is a great play. Good shot, but just off the bar. Now Fiesta gonna have a lot of boost to play with. He's gonna get challenged by Grizz though. And Shreek both in front of the net. Shreek is gonna get a free shot. He was not contested here. Now Shreek, the defender, was a little unsure if he was gonna contest this ball. Scorchy here. Just going to sit on the goal line now.
24 seconds and they already got there.
Yeah. This is that quick start that Braintree needed. They love this. They're going to want to kind of maybe even slow down the play like they did last game. Maybe even return it to that rally that they had for, you know, a good 2-3 minutes there. Play that defense, you know, keep this 1-0 lead. And, you know, if they find the opportunity, maybe even make it 2.
Yeah, play good defense, wait for an opening, and then...
Going to be in a little bit of problems, but Doom is going to get them out of it, and the bounce is just a little difficult for Grizz to deal with. Gets them out. He's going to get a touch. Good follow from Shreek. It's going to bounce a little awkward from the wall, but Grizz is going to read it. Now Scorchy is going to get some play. Only straight the Doom down. Puts it back into the corner. Salty going to hit it off of Grizz, though. And now Shreek, he's going to find possibly an open net, and no Braintree players. Sorry, no Burlington players will be able to reach it there.
Now Tewksbury is up.
Oh, it's Tewksbury. Correct. Sorry. Tewksbury's actually up 2-0.
I had a lot of schools here today, so.
Yeah. So we're a little tired of all the work here from the land, but Tewksbury, sorry, gonna take a 2-0 lead. Possession. Gonna get challenged though early. It's gonna be a little awkward for the defenders to deal with. He's gonna go straight to Grizz. He's gonna get a touch to the wall, but he's not gonna be able to follow it. Now Fiesta's going to control it. There's a demo in the backfield. Tewksbury with another open net is going to make it 3-0. 3:38 left on the clock. Braintree's going to have to do something soon if they want to stay in this one.
This is far from a lost cause. They can definitely bring this back.
Yep, plenty of time. We've seen 3-goal comebacks in 15 seconds in this game. This is nothing out of the ordinary.
And that's the great part about Rocket League is the pure explosive nature of the game.
Yeah. Great touch here. He's going to get the reset. He's going to follow up, but he's going to get 50 for his efforts now. Doom's going to get a good 50 off the corner. Going to look to get a touch. Will get challenged by Grizz. Now Doom here is going to fake the first touch. Will 50 the second touch. Shreek is going to get an awkward touch off the wall. Fiesta now looking like the first man for Tewksbury. No, I am wrong. It is Fiesta. Touch here from the defender. Again, Braintree doing really well. Unfortunately they are down 3-0 in this game, but they aren't letting the bleeding continue as their defense defense will stay solid here. There's going to be a demo, though, on the Tewksbury side. Ooh, just barely cleared on the goal line for Grizz. Oh, this is going to look scary for Doom. Doom, he's going to have the double, but he just misses it. He's going to fall down to Shriek, though. Doom with a great setup. This is 4-0 now. We've got 244.
Yeah, they had their time to calibrate. Tewksbury adapted quickly, and they're just totally steamrolling the defense of Braintree right now.
I agree. Tewksbury, you know, having that 4-0 series earlier could be coming into this one a little more confident than Braintree as well. You know, Braintree had a much harder way of getting here, you know, taking down Tri-County there in 7, like I was saying earlier. Could be a little more tired. So Braintree got a little bit less of a warm-up on the way here to the finals.
Tewksbury's coming with a vengeance after Braintree here. Not letting them happen again.
Kind of situation going on in that corner. We're going to clear out to the opposite corner now. Shriek is actually going to have a pretty decent opportunity here to make it 5. And he does get it over the defender. No boost there from the Braintree defenders. Unfortunate. They were just caught out by that clear. I guess a little confusion that was going on in both corners, then one clear to the middle. Shriek, he's just going to find a free shot there every time. Oh, and Doom, he's actually going to get a kickoff goal. That's 6 now. This is starting to look like a crazy blowout for Tewksbury. On the kickoff, Scorchy just does not make it. Might have messed up his flip there. Not sure what happened. Unfortunate situation for them. 2 minutes left on this one. You know, luckily for Braintree, this game 2 is only game 2, and they do have a minimum of 2 games to clean this up.
Oh yeah, and you know they're taking all of the knowledge they can out of this game. They're learning from their mistakes. They're adapting. They're bringing it into the next game.
Now, with the air dribble, he's going to get past one, and just barely doesn't actually. Very far though. Yes, then now off the sidewall, straight to Shriek. Shriek, he's gonna find another shot, and that is 7. These guys just keep getting these open lanes down midfield. It's like Braintree just doesn't expect these hits off the wall that are actually going to each other's teammates. You know, you don't really expect these players to hit it off the wall. It almost seems like they're throwing away possession, but when you have a teammate who's able to follow the ball, you're not throwing away possession. You're just confusing the defenders as to what exactly is about to happen next. You're gonna get a good bump. He's gonna try and get 50. Looks like he might get first, but Fiesta actually gets a fantastic 50. He's gonna float in front of the net, but nobody from Tewksbury there to finish it.
Doom playing great defense.
Doom has been controlling this midfield like crazy, and Shriek is just going insane. That is his 7th goal of the game. This guy is looking for a triple hat trick this game, and we still have a minute 14 left. Absolutely insane here. We're gonna have a diagonal kickoff. Very hard cheats from both teams. Now, gonna take his time. Gonna air dribble it over Salty. Gonna get the reset. Gonna pop it over the man off the backboard. Grizz is gonna have to make a great save for that though. What a play from Doom. Even better defense there from Braintree. Coaching now is gonna get a 50 here in mid. It's gonna be a little awkward. He's gonna get a maybe accidental flick on the ball, but it does get out a little more and puts him in a safer position here. The outlet passing here from Braintree is not working out as they just don't have the boost to make it to the ball and get a solid enough touch. And Grizz, the man with boost, is going to get demoed down. But a great quickly from Scorchy is going to give him a little bit more time, and he's going to find a demo as well. Yes, and I'm going to try and clear it off the backboard from Salty. Great block. Shriek, though, gets it past the 2 defenders. Braintree side, he's going to try and put it mid. But Fiesta actually puts it off the backboard, kind of away from the attack. Up. Grizz is going to get a control touch here. He's going to look for a 50. He's going to find it. It's not very favorable. Oh, Fiesta actually with an open net. He's not going to put it on target though. So both the Braintree defenders are going to make it. 2 seconds left here. It's going to stay up. Can we see a 9th? Can we see a first from Braintree? We don't. It will be dropped out. Tewksbury now. 7. Yep. Tewksbury now going to be going up 2-0 in this best of 7. Braintree It's just going to have to find some life here. 8-0 getting blown out. It's just not the image you want to see going into the 2 last games here.
No, it is not. And you know they have one note open. They're looking at what they did wrong. They're going to correct it in this next game, hopefully make it a lot closer.
Yep. It looks like we might be jumping straight into game 3. No timeout here from Braintree. A little worrying. Maybe they will be saving it for after a possible loss in game 3 here. Maybe they do believe in themselves for this game 3. We're going to see it. Both teams do have a 1-minute timeout, so they are able to kind of take a second to chat after a bad game. Or maybe if the series is not going their way, they can take a second to reevaluate, come up with a new game plan. Might be what Braintree needs right now.
See how much more aggressive Braintree is this game. They're keeping it on Tewksbury's side. I mean, as soon as I say that, it goes back on their side. But they're doing a great job of playing defense this game, playing very aggressive defense this game.
They were getting kind of stolen by Tewksbury most of the time. You know, the reset of the game is going to kind of take Tewksbury out of that flow of boost stealing, you know, boost momentum. Now Braintree is able to kind of reset and, you know, kind of decide, hey, these boosts are ours. We're going to play this position, and we're going to make sure we have power to make the plays. This just really doesn't get it past the defender, though. So just will miss as well. Grizz is going to get a touch towards the Tewksbury corner. Shriek's going to control it from far in the corner. He's going to air it out. Over 1. Going to look for the reset. Does not have the boost or the reset to follow it up, though. Taking his time here. It's a great 50. Shriek is going to be following it up now. Will he be able to get the double? Oh, just barely misses it. Now doing here with the control. Great flick off the bar. He's going to 50 the defender, and that's going to find his way in. Doing absolutely great awareness to take his time here. Nobody's challenging him. He's going to get it over 2 and then finish the third off himself.
Oh, yeah.
Took a minute 40 to see a little longer, you know. We'd like to see that.
Oh yeah, they're definitely playing slower, playing smarter.
Here, it's trying to flip in, but it's not going to. Braintree, Grizz is actually going to find a very long distance shot here to tie it up out of nowhere. He has to kind of dropping it down mid. He's Salty with a fantastic pass to Grizz. That out pass does connect it straight into the net. 13 seconds is all it took for Braintree here to tie it up.
And it just shows you how close they can keep these games.
I was trying to play it to the corner, but it's cleared up by the defender. Grizz here, trying to do the same. Scorchy and PS are just going to bump each other. Give himself a little kiss in the air there.
Oh yeah.
Following it up, looking for the double tap. He's going to 50 the defender. And Scorchy is also going to get 50 by Shriek, and that's going to find its way to the bottom right of the net. Unfortunate miss there by Scorchy. It's not a miss, actually. He just gets dunked. And Grizz is not able to make it with no boost. Another kickoff here, 238. Kind of a diagonal. Again, both of these teams with the hard cheats. It's not something you usually see at a higher level of gameplay. What I'm used to, kind of. But I do really like it as the ball has been kind of sitting in the middle on kickoff. So whatever team is able to get the advantage of that cheat will hopefully find a goal on kickoff as well.
Saw a nice shot on goal there. The defense from Tewksbury is...
They're doing really well not to panic. I'm noticing that their players aren't taking turns to go on defense. They're not double committing, and they're really doing well to conserve their boost. Always make sure they have a man ready for the play. Braintree is going to find a shot barely off. Shriek was also there for it. Great finish there. Going to alleviate a lot of pressure. Salty's actually going to put a really awkward middle. His teammate is going to bail him out there. He's going to fake it for Scorchy. Scorchy's going to get a good 50. Grizz is going to follow up with another 50. He's going to steal the corner, try and follow it up here. He's not currently getting challenged. He's going to find its way mid. Yes, it could be the best to blow it out. It is now trying to keep this pressure. Scorchy's gonna follow it up, and it looks like there's nobody back to Braintree now. The pressure is over. Tewksbury gonna look to convert here. A little awkward for Doom here. Decently on the bump. The Salty is gonna find his dribble out. He's actually gonna look for a bump on the last defender. Scorchy's not able to make it past him. He does well.
Is trying his best to keep control of this ball, keep it in Tewksbury's side. He's doing a great job.
Grizz has been doing really well with filling in for his teammates where they might not be ready in certain situations. He's been there to kind of make sure the pressure doesn't get too much, to make sure the pressure does stay on offense.
We saw the quick turnaround from Braintree as well, go right back to defense.
Yeah.
Keep it on the opponent's side, keep control.
Find it past the second, not.
They're playing slow and they're playing smart, but there's 30 seconds remaining, so.
Braintree, if they do not want to go down here 3-0, will need to find one here in the last 20 seconds. They are on the offense. It's going to float weirdly mid, but Shriek is going to make sure that hits the wall. Trying to keep it in here. He is going to bang it away there. On the Tewksbury side, though. Another 50 here, 3 seconds left. Can they keep it up? Yes, that's going to go for the reset here. Oh, and Grizz does get the 50, but just not enough time for it to roll in there. And that's going to be 3-0 now for Tewksbury.
Yeah, if you're Braintree, you're locking in.
Very quickly here, we went from the very beginning of the series to series point. Now, Tewksbury on the verge of getting this championship now. Braintree is going to have to reverse sweep. This is the hardest job that you can ask of Braintree, but will they be?
And it looks like they're taking a timeout.
It looks like Braintree's going to be taking a timeout. It's just a minute. So they'll be getting a minute here to refresh. Looks like one of them is going to be using the restroom. We'll go get some water. But yeah, we're going to be entering game 4 here shortly. This has been exciting. Tewksbury, although it has been, you know, in that game 2, not very close. Game 1 and game 3 were very close, you know, being 1 and 2 goal games. And Braintree, they don't look out of this. You know, usually when you see a 3-0 series, it doesn't look very hopeful for the team on the O side. But I could definitely see Braintree here looking to get this reverse sweep and get some pressure.
They could. You saw the way they were playing game 3. They took that lost game 2 and they said that's not happening again. We're not getting swept, and especially not like that. So game 3, they brought it back. It was a lot closer. And you've had another minute in that game, you probably would have seen at least a tie, maybe overtime.
Yeah.
The way they were playing was a lot more calculated, it seemed.
We're seeing the Braintree team talk with their coach and alongside each other. We'd like to see that, though. You know, we need to see those adjustments. We need to see, you know, those changes. Obviously, something's not working. You know, they're not too sure about it. You know, but from what I've been noticing is that boost management. You know, Burlington has done a lot better to keep that momentum when it comes down to keeping the boost. They're able to rotate that third player in and out quicker. Whereas, you know, in game 2 is a really good example of how many times that midfield was open from Braintree. And they just let in so many open nets. 7 goals from Shriek.
Oh, yeah. And you can tell on Tewksbury, too. Shriek, an absolute monster on offense. And Doom doing the same on defense.
Yeah.
Still managing to get goals from defense, it seems.
No, lots of last-second saves in the series as well. If you notice, so many times the ball has been rolling on the goal line, hit the crossbar, or just been kind of coming off the backboard there really weirdly, but super tense, super close series. We'd love to see it. Looks like we could be going soon here. Players are just getting situated, you know, just coming back from the bathroom. And yeah, you guys are good to go? All right.
And they gave the thumbs up, so we're going into game 4. This is match point.
I don't think they see me. Okay, perfect. We're going to go ahead and start here game 4. Braintree needs to win this if they want to extend it to game 5. They don't want to see their season come to an end here. They worked too hard to make it here. Made it past that game 7 before I counted earlier, like I was mentioning. They don't want to see it end here.
And to beat the schools they beat to get here.
Oh, Braintree, this great play here off the kickoff. Gonna get it over Shriek, and Doom is not able to hit it off the crossbar. What a play there from Grizz. That's exactly what we needed to get started from Braintree. Send that message. Tell them we are not here to play 4 games. We are here to take a shit.
It's like a very similar start to game 1. Braintree getting a very early lead. They just need to keep it on.
Yes, that will be able to have a shot. Good play to the back window. Good bump on the defender going next. Delay Braintree a tiny bit. He's going to find a 50. Switching out. Going to look for another. He's going to beat him out. Salty now. Straight through Shriek. Going to control this to the wall. Going to get challenged by Grizz. He's not going to be able to get the double tap off the floor. Yes, that will clean hit off the wall. Alleviate a little bit of pressure. Now still behind the ball for a 50. Shriek going to take his time controller though. Has a lot of time, a lot of boost. Has a reset. Going to pop it over 2. But cannot get it on target or past Grizz.
Very good defense for Braintree.
Has been doing a lot of plays out of the corner. I kind of noticed that he seems to be the kind of mechanical player they rely on to get out of those situations on defense. Maybe the other 2 players don't have the boost to get it out. Or maybe they just need a couple seconds to grab boost or maybe position themselves.
Yeah, very quick adapter. Very good at assessing the situation and taking control.
Good first touch. Is Shriek gonna follow it? Oh, off the crossbar. Almost a fantastic double to Shriek. Shriek now gonna put it off the attacker actually, off his own crossbar. He's gonna get a very awkward bounce. Shriek is gonna follow. He's gonna get the double touch, and what an angle from Shriek! He's like going to find that out of nowhere to tie the game. That is absolutely disgusting out of him. He has no business scoring that. But what a shot!
That was insane. Warping the game physics to get that one in.
3:16 left now here. Game 4. Shriek does not want 5 games. He wants this over and done with.
No, if you're Tewksbury, you want this done as quickly as possible.
You do not want to let this slowly get out of hand. You know, as a competitor, you know, you kind of go up 3-0 every once in a while, but once the team starts getting that one game on you, you start doubting yourself the tiniest bit. You get a little nervous, and it makes every game after that a little bit harder. So Tewksbury is going to want to end this as soon as possible. A bit of commotion happening here in the midfield. Grizz is going to fake it. Switching out, going to get a to the corner. With the dribble, one-on-one. Grizz does well to get it out, though. So he's going to try and follow up. It is in vain. It's going to be a little awkward. Going to come off the crossbar, but again, Grizz, again there, even with no boost, going to make sure his team doesn't get conceded on. This is going to be a little scary, but it's actually going to come off the backboard. Still, going to get a free there. Shriek is going to play it over to Doom. He's not able to beat the defender, though. He does very well there to get the flick. Taking off the map. Great attempt there, but Shriek there for it. He's not going to let that one sneak in. Grizz here. Going to take a 50. Salty is going to have so much time here on the sidewall. He's going to get a touch. Past one, gets bumped. Doom is going to clear it out. There's a great touch off his own back wall. It's going to be a little awkward for his team though, but Salty is able to make it there. Grizz again with another 50 low boost. Isn't going to get the best one though, but Salty will be there for him.
Oh yeah, Salty stepping up on defense here.
We're seeing him a lot more on the defensive end. I really like seeing that. Now, going to get an awkward touch. Going to float middle. He's going to take it to the sidewall. Going to grab the boost. Going to get challenged by Grizz though. At this point, I think Tewksbury just has to kind of expect Grizz to be there on most of these plays. He's not allowing them to have the space. He's not allowing them to have the time. And at this point, he's not allowing them to have a lead either. But as I say that, Shriek is going to cast it Pierce me. He's going to fake out the reset right over the last defender. Gets it over the first one. Good reset here. Scorchy just not able to touch it. Did not play ball, played the shot.
Now 55 seconds for Braintree to get one more goal, push it into overtime.
Is that going to be the winner from Shriek? It is going to get a 50. It's going to just barely go above the net. Could have been absolutely shocked whether to tie it. Going to have a lot of time, so much space, no defender there to make it to him. 41 seconds left. Tewksbury's going to take a 3-1 lead here.
It's a 14-second goal from Tewksbury.
Unfortunate touch there from Scorchy. He's not going to bounce the way he wanted, and none of his teammates will be able to make it back to that. 41 seconds. We may even need to see a kickoff goal here from Braintree. Now Grizz. He's going to try and bang it away. He's going to get as far as Shriek. Will be there to challenge. Off the ceiling, though. Great challenge. It's going to float mid to one of his teammates who just misses the net. Unfortunate there from Scorchy. But Salty, you're going to try and keep pressure. It is going to get banged out by Doom. And Fiesta going to get a great demo, but it's just off the bar. But Doom is there for the follow-up. He's going to get his own bang out here and his own follow-up.
Yeah, you see Braintree putting their all into the offense, and unfortunately that means neglecting defense a little bit.
18 seconds here. Seemingly all that's left in the Braintree season. Burlington now looking to run away with this one in a 4-0 victory. Name themselves the champions of Massachusetts and PlayVS. Shriek. He's gonna want one more. He's gonna get it just barely off the backboard.
And he gets it.
Go to the backboard. He's gonna 50 the last defender. These fakes from Shriek here, getting 2 very late minute goals for him. He's not gonna win.
Absolutely not. With that showing, in the last minute of the game, it went from 1-1 to 5-1.
Yeah, this game, the score is not a reflection of how close this one was, and it actually might be 6 off the kickoff. You hate to see that happen, especially for the last possession of the season. But with that, Tewksbury will be taking the series 4-0, Game 4 winning it 6-1, and they will be your NSAA champions, sorry, MSAA. And your PlayVS winners here, the state of Massachusetts.
Quite an impressive showing, too.
Great play from them. They were dominant in Game 2, had that dominance in Game 4, and Game 1 and Game 3 they were